Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing my April wrap-up. April was definitely a slower reading month for me. I only got through 5 books. However, considering I read 18 in March and one of the books I read in April was massive, I'm still pretty happy with the number of books I read. The first one I listened to on audiobook, and that was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This was my first time listening to them on audiobook, read by Jim Dale, and they're really entertaining on audiobook. I loved the cast of voices, especially those that just really sounded very familiar to me, like Hagrid's. Draco's threw me off a little bit, but they were just really fun to read. I say they because I then continued on and read Chamber of Secrets as well in April. Same thing as the first one, really enjoyed reading them on audiobook, and soon I will be getting the third one so that I can keep going with my reread of them via audiobook. The third book I read was The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace. This is a collection of poetry with a feminist bent to it. It's also the second in a series, the first one being The Princess Saves Herself in this one. I really like the aesthetic of this one, just the white and the red looks really nice. Also, like the first one, there are really blank pages, so you can see the words, and I have this urge to draw on the pages, which I will get to eventually. It's just a really fun thing to read. I liked this one better than I liked The Princess Saves Herself in this one, just because it felt much stronger. I don't know how else to explain it, but I flew through it, maybe an hour's worth of reading for me. I love the references to pop culture. There were references to Hunger Games in here, there were references to The Handmaid's Tale, and I just thought that was a really fun way to bring in modern culture to a book of poetry. So I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I also read The Bloody Black Flag by Steve Goebel. This is an 18th century pirate story, and I say pirate loosely because realistically it's a pirate murder story. This guy and his friend Ezra have to get on a pirate ship because they've been pirates for a while and they tried to live on land and almost got caught. So they end up getting on this other pirate ship with a crew they don't know, and turns out that his buddy Ezra gets murdered. So Spider decides that he's going to figure out exactly who murdered his best pal and then, kill them. It's an okay book. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I liked the nautical aspect of it. I think it was fun that the pirate ship was a converted whaler. I thought the sea as a setting was just really interesting, and I like a good pirate book. But the pirate part of it was significantly less than I thought it was going to be. Realistically, it was all about the murder of his friend and getting back at him, except that I didn't really feel that connected to Ezra, so when he died it wasn't a shock, it wasn't important, and it felt as if Spider's vengeance was oversold. But that said, this is just a fun kind of murder book set in a place you don't really see a lot of them. So it was a fast read, easy, like I said, 3 stars. And then the last book that I read in April is the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. I got this copy over in the UK, in Leeds, specifically at the Waterstones there, because I kept seeing it and I really wanted a bind up of all 3, so, I got it. I loved these books, again. This is a reread for me. I think I've read them 3 or 4 times. And this book is the reason that I didn't get through quite as many in April as I did in March. It's absolutely massive, but so worth the read. I love the descriptions that Tolkien puts in there. They're beautiful. It was also really fun for me to be able to hear the voices of the actors in my head as I read, which is just highly entertaining. But primarily, I think in my head I was kind of comparing the book and the movie as I went, and the book is so much better. It always is, but it's been a while since I read these books, so it was one of those, wow, this is really so much better kind of moments where it really hits you that the movies are good, but nothing will ever compare to the book. For example, Aragorn is so much more powerful in the book. He's strong and dark and gritty in the movie, and he's the same in the book, but he's just much more kingly when you read him as opposed to when you watch him. Also, Legolas and Gimli, just love them. No matter what medium they are, adore them. The ending. I knew that they had completely changed the ending from the book to the movie, and I have to say, I still love the book ending so much more. It really shows the hobbits to their strengths and gives them more personality almost than the rest of the book had. Also, I don't dislike Frodo as much in the books, so that was nice. I gave Lord of the Rings 5 out of 5 stars, because how could I not? Those are the 5 books that I read in April, maybe 7 if you count the trilogy as 3 books. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up down below. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button down below. As always, I will leave my Goodreads linked in the description if you want to check out what I read. But until my next video, bye!